Randy was like, say it again. Go on, say it again so I can bust your head to the white meat. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my Twisted Life TV with Poetry. I am Poetry. You are here for a This Is Us recap and review, Season 2, Episode 11, The Fifth Wheel. Apologize in advance. I am still under the weather, so my nose is congested. It's probably the only time you guys will see me in some like lip color is when I'm sick, because I'm trying to like make my face look not so pale. So let's get it started. Our favorite family, the Pearsons, are back. This was a pretty intense episode, and it kind of gave me a new pair of eyes, a new set of eyes when looking at Kevin. And I think I kind of understand how he became the person he is from this episode, including the racism that I said Kevin displays in regards to Randall. I think just from watching this episode that it's all a defense mechanism. He may not have necessarily been generally racist, but as a means to hurt Randall, he saw how the people around him treated Randall and how that affected him, that it probably transitioned over. Now, this episode was not dealing with race at all, but about the relationships that Kevin has with his family members, specifically his parents, and how that all plays out. That's just my analogy on what I think I have been witnessing as far as Kevin and racism towards Randall. Okay, so let's get it popping. Hopefully I got my tissue on, Doc. I needed my tissue in more than one way for my nose, because my nose is running. And like, there's a little point in this episode that I got a little teary-eyed. So Becca is sitting down playing Monopoly with the kids. We're playing Monopoly with Kate. Looked like she whooping her butt pretty bad, you know, in the game. And Randall, he got some new specs. He kind of worried about getting those little 4-eye comments from his friends when he go back to school. He don't even want to wear them in. And Becca's trying to coddle both of them, really. She's trying to discourage Kate from overeating because Kate want to go out and get some more cookies. And Jack enters and says, hey, guess what? We going on vacation. Turn up in the booty club. Not the booty club. Just turn up. He said, we heading to the Poconos. Hey, we'll get there fast and we'll take it slow. Down in the Poconos. That's not right. That's not the right song. What is that? That is the Kokomo, not the Poconos. That's two totally different places. The Kokomo is in doggone Caribbean island off Florida Keys somewhere. In doggone Poconos. Where the heck is Poconos? In the dang on mountains. They are in Pennsylvania. They going to the Poconos, not the Kokomo, but the song still fits. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But Becca, she don't seem too happy. She don't seem too happy at all that this trip is in, but like she's like, fine, forget it, we gonna go. Well, it's now been a month since Kevin's incident with his drunk driving and speeding down the highway with our dear little Tess in the back seat, and he is in rehab. Thank goodness, because last episode I was like, somebody help this man. Somebody help this man. Well, Kate is stressing that she ain't seen him in over a month, and how she did not recognize the pain that her brother was in, like she should have saw it coming. You know, she's always been the one, you know, dotting the I's and crossing the T's for Kevin. So she feels like she slighted him in some way by not recognizing what was going on with him. Kate, though, you know, she just formed a little ship, though. The little ship name for her and Toby, Katobi. It's like, pow, it's like a Japanese name, Katobi. You know, everybody trying to get a little ship name. Back on the last episode, I think they had like a Twitter thing with Beth and Randall. They was trying to figure out how to ship their names together. If you don't know what that means, it's just combining two people's names into one. Like, I think the first time it ever happened was Diddy and Izzy on Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, that was one of the biggest ships. Then Meredith and Derek. So he's trying to get one for Beth and Randall. I don't know if that ever happened though. I never followed that again. But Katobi has now been created for Kate and Toby. Anyway, Toby is going to take out the trash because it's stinking. And he picks up the bag and the whole bottom of the bag busts out. And you see KFC boxes. You see boxes of chips and all kind of stuff that she ain't supposed to be eating. She just packed up some doggone hummus and raw broccoli, and now she got all this fast food and junk food hiding it from Toby. And he looking at her like, what in the heck is going on? Especially how hard she be on him about the things that he eat. And the fact that she hiding it is really of concern. It's really disturbing to Toby. Well, Randall and Beth are concerned about Tess. They think that she's going to run away again. So they got her a babysitter while they go to Kevin's rehab session. I didn't realize that Tess ran away. I honestly thought that she just was trying to be with her big uncle, and she got in that back seat. She wanted to go wherever he was going. Running away had never crossed my mind. But she was upset at the fact that Deja was leaving. And yeah, she was running away. So they on their way to go visit Kevin, like I said, in his rehab. Beth is not having it. She is still holding animosity. Her baby almost died in his custody. He didn't even know she was in his custody, but that's how she's feeling. And I thought this was such a bad moment because her and Kevin was finally starting to move forward, in their relationship. It was moving slow, but it was still forward. And this is just halted the brakes, pumped it up, backed it up. I'm like, wait, I'm right back to the Beth I was season 1 when I couldn't stand Kevin. That's exactly where she back at now. But they go to therapy, to the rehab session, and the whole family is there. Miguel even came. And Kate is trying to prep everybody for Kevin may look sullen. He may have dark circles around his eyes, trying to prepare them for the worst, that he may be a bit run down because of this situation. Kevin coming in looking like he stepped off the pages of GQ magazine. Still had his little 5 o'clock shadow, but Kevin was looking good. And he seemed to be feeling good, which is a good thing. You want that to have happen. And Beth is like, whatever. So while he's greeting the family, his therapist Barbara comes out. I love this actress. She is going from show to show. I know she's been on more shows than I'm about to list, but for me, she started out as Meredith Grey's mom on Grey's Anatomy, and then she went on to Scandal. She was the VP that used to get into Grant's butt all the doggone time, and now she the therapist on This Is Us for Kevin. I'm gonna call her Babs. Most people named Barbara, they call Babs. So Babs only wanted the immediate family in this session, and Beth was like, "What the heck are we, child liver?" Okay, but she was really happy to get up out of there. She's like, let's leave before they change their doggone mind. So her, Miguel, and Toby are not included in this family, so to speak, being fifth wheels themselves. Back at the cabin, the whole family and Kevin is like, how y'all go on vacation without me? He was at summer camp or football camp, and they picked him up, so they had already been there a couple days. Everybody got settled in. They making s'mores by the fire, trekking through the woods. They doing all kind of stuff without Kevin, and he feeling a little left out. I mean, even coming through the door, he's like, I won an award. And Becca was like, yeah, tell me all about it. But then immediately started focused on Kate and Randall. I'm like, they supposed to be catching up on Kevin right now. So while they show the next scene, they out tossing the football around, Jack and Kevin and Kate. Basically, Becca told him Kate getting too fat. So he thought that having her play football and exercise was going to help her out. After a few minutes, she's like, I don't want to do this. Why I got to do it? Randall ain't doing it. Well, Randall just got brand new glasses. We don't want him to break his brand new glasses. So they get into a little debate about this. And Kevin is like, what's up? Come on, y'all. Let's just pay. I just want to have fun. He don't want to hear about Kate and her weight. He don't want to hear about Randall and his glasses. He just want to have some fun. Well, Kate throws a hissy fit and run off. And Jack run off after her. And Kevin is like, Dad, come on. Just let her go. Let her be. We trying to have some fun here. Well, he was trying to get his mama to watch his new moves and this and the other. Becca ain't took her head out that doggone book. Kevin look up at her and Randall, and they sitting over there, both of them, head in their book like this. Yeah, right. That was good, Kev. That's pretty much how they was doing. So Kevin said, "Hey, heads up, toss that ball over to Randall." I almost hit him in the head. You know, Randall did this little duck. And Kate's like, Becca's like, "Have you lost your doggone mind?" Did I say, I always call her Kate. I don't know why. Becca always said, "Did you lose your doggone mind?" She rolled up on him and said, "You almost hit him in the head." He said, "I know. What I missed." He was trying to tell him. He was intentionally trying to hit him. And Becca say, "Look, you want to be in your room alone by yourself without no game, without no toys, no books to read, nobody around you? Well, Kevin feeling like he alone right now anyway, and he with all y'all. That's how he feeling. So what's the difference to him?" So in therapy, Kevin starts off the session apologizing to the family for not being there for them doing his because of his addiction. And Kate is like, I'm sorry too. Well, Kevin says, it's gonna take him some time to forgive himself for not being there for Kate, especially when she lost her baby. One of the first steps is first steps is forgiving yourself. And he said he's gonna take some time to forgive himself. But Kate is like, I should have been there for you. I should have been keeping my eye on you. My bad for not doing that. And he was like, okay. So he goes to Randall and tries to apologize to Randall again for Tess, for scaring him and Beth. And Randall's response was, "No, we're here for you, Kev." And he had said to Beth earlier that if he got to the point where he got so mad that he can't say words, formulate sentences or thoughts, he's just going to say, "We're here for you, Kev." And that's exactly what he did in that moment. So Kevin was like, okay. Next, he moved on to his mama. He apologized for her having to go through any of this period. You know what I'm saying? She's like, "I just want you to be happy." He's like, "Okay, well, shoot, we done fixed that. All right, problem solved. The session over. Let's get done. I think we done made some progress here." And Babs is like, "Really? You think that's what happened? I think y'all was being a little bit too polite. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Come on now. Take the gloves off. Let's get real." And so Kate thinks that they are there only because he is grieving because of Jack. Babs say, no. Let's go back further than that. Let's go back to when Jack was alive. I told y'all every video, y'all, I still like putting on his body loving butters. Thank you, Phone Jones, for this. Let's go back to where it began. Let's go back to the start when Jack was alive. Let's really dig deep. You know what I'm saying? And Randall was like, "Oh, dear God, please don't make us do this. Let's not go back. Let's not go back." Well, Beth, Toby, and Miguel, they call themselves the new Big Three, also known as the Others. They take it down to a local bar, get them some little drinks, and they discuss the problems they have with the Pearsons. They like to call it the no-fly zone. Like, there's certain things that we can't say or do around the Pearson family. And talking about Jack in any kind of light is a big no-no. Toby brought up the fact that he thought Jack's mustache looked like he was a 1970s porn star. Well, but Miguel says, "Hey, you talking about Jack? That's in my no-fly zone as well, because Jack was such an awesome, great man." Y'all don't have to tell us how awesome Jack was. Y'all really don't. We know it. We see it. They are really pumping it up this episode to say how great of a man that Jack really was. So, don't talk about Jack. Plain and simple. He's off limits. So, back in the Poconos, Kate asked Jack, "Daddy, you think I'm fat?" And she's asking this because Lil Durk down the street says she's fat. Jack does not have the heart to tell Kate anything negative about herself. He doesn't even want to address her weight. She's the most perfect person in his eyes, even though he knows his daughter is struggling with some type of eating disorder. Randall lost his glasses, right? Randall is Mr. Perfect. He puts everything in a straight line, in a straight road, in the exact place at the exact same time. Don't nothing move. He follow maps just to go to the bathroom. That's Randall. So, ain't no way he lost his glasses. Ain't no way. Becca immediately turns to Kevin and says, "What you do with his damn glasses?" And I'm thinking, Oh, excuse me, I gotta sneeze. All right, thank y'all. I'm back. That was a doozy right there. I forgot where I was at. So Becca goes in and immediately accuses Kevin for taking Randall's glasses. And Kevin is like, no, I ain't take his glasses. And she basically told him, stop lying. I'm gonna give you the 3 to give him up. And she starts to count down. Kevin's like, I hate you. I hate you. She's like, you don't hate me. You just overtired. Overtired? That don't even match Becca. That doesn't go. He's not overtired. I mean, that doesn't even equate to the hate or aggression that he's feeling right now. But she said he's overtired. And he was like, look, I hate you. I hate this family. I hate this life. Whatever. Surprisingly, Kevin taking the glasses was not my first thought. I just didn't think that he took them. So Kevin, back at therapy, says, growing up, he didn't feel like he had a place in his family. And he was second to the both of them, Kate and Randall. And Kate is like, no, that's crazy. Becca says, I loved all my kids equally. And I really have a problem with parents saying that they love their children equally, because honestly, that's not true. I don't think that's true. You have your favorite child. You have your child that you are connected to the most. And it's human nature. You love them differently because they're different people. It's impossible to love somebody equally. I just don't. It's a bold-faced lie to me. You may want to say that because you don't want to seem like you're giving one child more attention or more affection than the other. I give y'all equal amount of attention. I love y'all the same. Or you measuring it with the measuring cup? You got a percent ratio step out there a meter that you monitor it on. Most cases, you are loving one more than the other. It may not be intentional. And it may not be extreme either, but equally, no. Well, Babs tells her, this right now is not the moment for you two to chime in with y'all feelings. This is about Kevin. Y'all will get y'all a chance to speak a little later, okay? So, Kevin says that growing up, he tried to drown out that feeling of being like he's 5th place in the family, the 5th wheel. And he did that by playing football and acting. And it was only a matter of time before he turned into something. It turned into something more. And that's because of who we are, what we do, because of us. This is us. We are a family of addicts. And Kate is like, boy, bye. That is so not us. That's not us. And I'm thinking, now come on, Kate. Come on, girl. You can't be serious right now. Kevin said, okay, let's start with Dad. Randall looked like he was trying to stop the words from entering his ears. And Becca, she was like, that's not what we finna do. That's how she was looking. And he said, Kate, you're an addict too, baby. And yes, honey, you are. You are an addict. Randall is an addict. Becca is an addict. Y'all all have some type of addiction of some sort. You all do. Kate starts to go in on Babs like, really? This is what you're here for? You try to make somebody feel sicker than they really are just so you can get more money? And Kevin is like, this ain't about her. This is us. I mean, I'm not jacked up solely because Dad died. I mean, I'm like this because of it all. Because of Dad, because of Mom, because of you, because of Randall, the entirety of the family. That's why I'm like this. And Kate says, don't put this on Dad. Don't do that. He kicked the habit. He was his drinking was just a blip on the radar. Yada yada this. And Kevin's like, you are crazy for believing it. And she really is. She was in denial. She was really in denial. And Kate said, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. You in here because a judge made you come to rehab and you calling me crazy. We sit up in therapy because of you, not because of me. So Babs tried to deflect the conversation over to Becca. It's like, okay, so when Jack died or while they were growing up, what did you tell your children about Jack's addiction? And honey, you think Kate was offended? Becca got offended, baby. She says, look, I will not color my children's memories, the 17 years that they had with this great man, over the one imperfect thing about him. That's not what I'm going to do. And how very, very dare you even insinuate that he was an addict? She was like, Kate won't have her daddy at her wedding. Randall didn't have his daddy when his kids was born. And I will not allow you to call him an addict because he was more than that. But Becca, he was an addict, baby. He was. Babs jumped on it, baby. She said, you know what? It's funny. It's funny how that when you gave these examples, you only mentioned Randall and Kate. She was like, what? She said, yeah, you mentioned all the things that they would miss that since their daddy is around. But what about Kevin? Becca wasn't ready. She wasn't ready for that reality. She was like, you know what? That's just examples that I came up with. She was like, no, that's one. Don't you find it interesting that the examples that you could come up with had to do with Kate and Randall? We in here about Kevin, and you couldn't give an example for what Kevin is lacking, being that his father is gone. I'm telling y'all, I need this therapist in my life. I do. Every therapist that I've had is always trying to generalize my issues, like, Poetry, you ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through these things. Yada. So yeah, yada yada this, yada yada that. But if I had a therapist that was getting down to the nitty gritty, then maybe I'd be a better off person. Maybe, you know, I wouldn't have so much animosity that I have towards people in my life if I had somebody that really break it down like she breaks it down to them. But she says, like I said, she said, don't you find it odd that you have these examples? And Becca's like, come on now. Don't try to put that on me. It's just, those are just examples. And Kevin say, no, it's not odd. It's not odd. It's not interesting. It's normal. This is what always happens. That kicked off Randall. Randall tuned up like, hey, back up off my mama. Back up off my mama. So Kevin say, all right, here we go. Here we go. Let's get the party started. Randall say, look here. I try to be nice. I try to empathize with you. But now I got to say something. Randall went in on Kevin. I was clutching my imaginary pearls the whole time. I was like, oh my gosh. He said, I am so sick of your spoiled, rich ass always whining about your doggone childhood and how our parents weren't there for you. And Barbara may not have been there, but I was there. I witnessed it all. I witnessed all your supposed torture. And I know that I'm not about to sit here and let you attack our mother. Kevin say, I am not attacking her. He said, but you want to compare baggage, bro? No, let's compare baggage. I got you. Kevin said, no, I'm not going to try to compare baggage because no, I wasn't abandoned. No, I wasn't adopted. No, I didn't have anxiety. No, I wasn't a genius. He said, that's right. That's for certain. You surely were not a genius. And let me tell you what else you were not, Kevin. What you are not is an addict. The only thing that you're addicted to is attention. And now you got us all up in here in this therapy session trying to give attention to you. I was like, ooh. Of course, Becca was siding with Randall. Kate was trying to stave off a little of the attention, but Randall was hot, baby. He say, what happened? Did your movie end? You're not hanging out with Ron and Sly Stallone anymore. Ain't nobody looking at you. Now you got us all up in here in cue the drugs. I was like, oh, baby. Oh. Randall was talking in such a calm tone, though. He was like, really? Is that what really happened? Well, when somebody talk to you that way, you know you're in trouble. And Kevin's like, fine. Randall say, fine. You know, that's like saying, I thought so. That's exactly what they're saying. So Babs was about to interject again and take over, but Kevin said, you know what? No, let's discuss this. Let's discuss this a little bit more. Let's let the old, wise, great Randall, the man with two daddies, speak up for a minute. Let me talk about this for a minute. Let's talk about Tess. Your little daughter who was hiding out in the back of my car. What he really was saying was, your little daughter that's just like me. First you bring home your dying daddy. no consideration for your wife or what your children might have thought or was feeling. Then he dies, and you move another stranger into the house as well, and then she gone bye-bye too. And the one person sitting back looking and watching all of this that ain't nobody paying attention to, yo, look, Kevin is what he's saying. That ain't nobody paying attention to is Tess. Oh, he said that's how she ended up in my car, because she was trying to run away from the doggone Randall show she knew was about to happen. Baby, Randall's like, bump this, I'm out of here. I ain't got time to listen to this. He not gonna disrespect me and talk about my doggone kids like this. So of course Becca pleads with him not to leave out the door. Kevin say, and cue Randall exit the door. And then cue mama going to run after her favorite son. I was like, oh snap. I'm telling you, baby, this whole argument was intense. Randall was like, say it again. Don't say it again so I can bust your head to the white meat. I know I be ad-libbing. He said them exact words, but that's what he really meant. But Becca's like, you know what? I love all my children the same. I'm going to let you have it on this one. But like I said, I still say it's an impossibility because we all different people. We are not the same. And Kevin said, okay, name one thing, mama. One thing between us that's ours. Not something that I share with Kate or something that I share with Randall that you were involved in. One thing that me and you have together that's solely ours. And she was like, you got me all flustered right now. I can't think straight. I'm like, shh. Kate in the corner got tears falling out down her face. Randall getting madder and madder about a minute. And I never, ever, 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 ever thought I would do this. I am Team Kevin on this one. It is so clear and so evident. He not making this up. We have said it as viewers from day one that Kevin seems like the oddball out in this family. Randall has Becca. Kate has Jack. Who would cry for the little boy that lives inside of Kevin? Kevin has nobody. Nobody to love him like they are being loved, okay? So, after constant egging and egging, Becca finally broke. She finally broke and said, it's not that I loved him more. It was just easier to do. Because he didn't shy away from me when I reached out to touch him. He wasn't angry with me for no damn reason. And he didn't abandon me when y'all daddy died. Baby, that was a moment. That was a moment. I mean, parents have to be so strong for their children at times that they not allowed to break. And if you got a kid that's constantly not wanting to be touched, I mean, but it's like the chicken and the egg theory. Why he don't want to be touched? Why he always angry with you for no reason? Or you think it's no reason, but there really is a reason behind it. But you take that as fine. Okay, I'm going to go love the other kid easy because he allows me to do these things with him. You don't know exactly what started it all. Like I said, with Kate, I think Kate accumulated the whole comparison between her and her mama in her own head. I think that's what that generated. But with Kevin, it's been clear from the beginning to me. It's been clear from the beginning. So anyway, Beth, Toby, and Miguel still chilling at the bar, still feeling like the fifth wheel. Because they outside of the Pearson clan at this point. Even in therapy, they were separated. So Toby tells them about Kate hiding food and how she won't talk to him about what's going on, but she quite sure that she done told Randall, or she quite sure that she done told Kevin. And if you're not inside on the Pearson clan, then you're not in. And Miguel says, you know what? I've been on the outside since I joined this family. I married my best friend's wife. So, I'm always going to be out. He said, I accept that, though. I understand that because they have a certain bond because of Jack. They lost the best man that we have ever known. And they had to live through that. And that's why they are on the inside and we are on the out. We're going to always be on the out. And Toby looking like, is Miguel drunk? Like, what? Well, Jack and Kate, they run in from the rain, and Becca accepts that Jack is the good guy in the marriage and she the bad guy. I mean, he went and took Kate to get the ice cream, and he told us that Becca he wasn't going to do. Apparently, he go secretly on Toys R Us shopping trips behind Becca's back. And so the kids look at him as the good guys. She says, well, at least I get them something to talk about in therapy one day. And here we are in therapy. Well, after the therapy session end, the big three, they sitting outside, and Kevin tells Kate, yeah, Daddy's death did mess me up some, and you weren't wrong about that. And they both could not imagine Toby being on the inside, in on that session. Because he probably would cry. He probably would break down and cry. He couldn't handle it. And Randall tells them, you know what, we all see things differently from different perspectives, from different viewpoints, and I get that now, He did a comparison with his glasses that he had back in the day. Oh my God, I'm really going over time. And he's like, I didn't come here to bash you and or bash what you feel happened to you. I wanted to be a brother and support you like you did for me when I was down and out at my lowest point, and I failed you in the worst way. And this part right here, that's when I was in my feels. I was in my feels, had my tissue, and I was like dabbing and everything. Well, Kevin apologized for Tess again. They made light of the fact that Randall is Mom's favorite, and she confirmed it. And all is well again with the big three. Kate finally admits to Toby about her issues she's having with food, and she says she really doesn't know the obvious reasons behind it. Maybe she needs therapy too, for real. Becca comes to apologize to Kevin about the glasses and says she believes him if he says he didn't take them. I did not believe her one bit. I didn't. But he said, okay. And later that night, Kevin is awakened in the middle of the night without a storm, and he looks for Randall and Kate. They gone. He finds Randall glasses, though. So he goes to show Becca that he found the glasses, like, hey, Ma, and everybody in the bed together sleep. No room for him. Nobody came to get him. So he just says, fuck it, and makes a pallet down on the floor. Well, Becca is back waiting in Kevin's room, and she tells him, like, Randall and Kate, they acted like they needed her. They needed them. And he didn't. He was always the brave little boy, always out there doing stuff by his own. But again, why was he feeling like he had to be that brave little boy all the time? Anyway, she said she realized how wrong she was, that she didn't think she had to worry or care about him. Kevin was like, my childhood wasn't that bad. And Beck said it wasn't all that good, though. I'm going to be honest. But she knows that they had moments. She feels it deep down in her bones that they had moments. And he's like, yeah, I guess maybe we did, I think it's really sad that neither one of them realized or know for sure if they really had moments together. They showed Becca waking up in the middle of the night back in Poconos and sees Kevin on the floor asleep. And she gets up and lays out on the floor next to him and sleep with him through the night. And maybe she was gone in the morning before he woke up, and he never knew she was there in the moment when he was feeling the most alone. But, things like that happen. I remember for me that, y'all know I haven't had the best relationship with my mother, but I remember my most special moments, I can say, with my mom was that she tried to be there for me for every event. She was not there for me on a day-to-day growing up, which I wholly resented. And when she was there, we had such struggle moments that I still resented her. So, yeah, I think that if I had to really dig back into what made our relationship special, what is the special bonding that we have, is that she really tried to be there for everything, from graduation to my plays, to track meets, poetry shows that I do now. When I sell my book, I didn't know I wrote a book. I wrote a book doing the damn thing. It's out. It's for sale. Available on Amazon. Or you can email me and get a signed copy. And I'll tell you how you get your signed copy. So, yeah, my mama is the biggest promoter of that book. She's bought at least 5 herself to give to other people. So yes, she tries to be there for me for the seemingly special moments, even though she wasn't there for me throughout life, or I didn't feel like she was there for me throughout life. So we do have our bonding moments, but the fact that Becca and Kevin can't think of what those moments are is truly sad for me. I would hate for my daughter, for people to say like, tell me some special moments that you have between you and your mom. And she's like, I know we had some. I feel them in my bones. I'm quite sure we did, but she can't recall what they are. I would feel so bad about that. I mean, the only thing I think my mother missed is my graduation from the military. And I want to say money was probably an issue. And she was going through one of her drug binges at the time, I believe, as well. So, yeah, she definitely was. I remember, because I remember coming home from the military and everything that was going on. And so that's the only thing in life that was like a big event other than my wedding that my mother wasn't there for. My mother came immediately after my wedding. None of my family was at my wedding, so I don't really count that. They was hoping I wasn't going to get married. But she came immediately after the wedding. She was there for me when my baby was born. Even though some negative shit happened around the time, she still was there for me when the baby was born. So yeah, I just can't imagine not having some special moments to look back on with my mother and that I can remember and saying that I have. I came with my daddy. I'm telling you that right now. But anyway, that is This Is Us, Season 2, Episode 11, The Fifth Wheel. I'm not going to even ask y'all questions. Y'all just leave y'all comments down in the comment section, because I know you will, because this show brings out so much emotion and so many thoughts that we have about our own personal lives that we're able to share and talk about it on this channel. Thank y'all for coming back. Thank y'all for watching. Thanks for bearing with me through my cold symptoms and flus. I got a memorial service to get to tonight. I will see y'all again next week on This Is Us. Peace.